Hello, everyone. This is Mirrorsphere and your host. Oh, today I'm just gonna hang out. People come in, they come in. We'll just hang out today. What am I doing right now? I am not doing much. I am actually just thinking about um, how I want to design the spear my main character will wield in the book. I've made an interesting weapon for him. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out the details of how I want it to look for the cover. I am no artist, so what I'm doing is I'm just jotting down different ideas that might help fit. If I can find a blank page in this thing. So how's everybody's day? Hope you're all doing well. I know I just dropped this suddenly, and I just didn't have much to do, and I was just sitting here. I don't know if you can hear the background noises or not, but sorry about that. What's it gonna do? Small, thin walls. I might have guessed. I don't know yet. So how am I gonna do this? Well, you got the normal spear. Those are like leaf blades. And then my brother liked the design of this one show. I can't think of the name right now. It's an anime about a video game guy who has a umbrella spear, which looked cool. At first, I was like, "That's dumb." I thought it was that an umbrella, really. Lady ninjas, maybe, but then I saw the anime. I was like, okay, that looks cool. But I don't know if I want to do exactly that. That doesn't. How do I want it to look? That's the thing. But yeah. I watched many videos last night about spears and how they were used in medieval times and different times throughout history, different cultures. Trying to get an idea of what I'm looking for. Because, this is a fantasy novel, and I want the spear to feel like it's a part of it. Because he likes to use a spear. It's like his main use. And spears aren't used very much in fantasy books for some reason. So, and I always love the spear. Could go with a lance, but I don't know if I want to go with a full-blown lance. Oh, see, I give my ideas to my artist, and then he helps me make them look way better. But right now, I'm just trying to think of what I would like to do, and let me tweet this out to Twitter so that people know I'm live. Shit, I don't want to tweet up the whole fucking stream. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I almost did something really dumb. YouTube. There we go. All right, let's try that now. Let's see where I'm at. Okay. Doesn't look like anybody's here yet. I tweeted out to a couple different groups I'm in and the link, so if they want to join in, they can. So I might have a couple guests coming on. I don't know yet. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to. I can talk a little bit about the character. Well, just a little bit. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is where my head is, what I'm trying to do with the weapon. In my book, everyone is born with different elements. Some born with only one, some born with two. My main character is born under wind and lightning elements. That being said, he is half Kundo and half Ignol, which means that he can kind of do a little bit of both in ways of how he can manipulate that element. So his main weapon, I will tell about it. It's called Angel's Wing. It was crafted in heaven for the Michael the Archangel, but gifted to Arthas in the book at a certain point. And the weapon, in a way, is by itself pretty crazy. It can become whatever the user wills it to become. So it could become a bow, it could become a sword, it could become dual swords, it could become knife, it could become anything you could think of. But the only problem with it is if you're not trained on how to use it, if you let your mind be unfocused or unwilled, the weapon will not hold its form. So let's say you are in need of a shorter weapon. Let's say you're in a cave. I wouldn't have Arthas want to use a spear because the cave is too narrow. It would end up scraping the ceiling or the walls, and he could probably thrust it forward, but you're still in a small location. So in a cave, a smaller weapon would be more useful, like a short blade or knives or something, or even the bow if you can fire behind you, as you run to the cave or something. So, but that also the problem is if you're in the heat of combat, I don't know if any of you have been in combat like I am, but your mind is pretty much blank. Your body reacts faster than your mind can think. And that's what they train you to do. It's called muscle memory. So the weapon hones into your will, but your mind as well. So it will do and become what you will it to. But let's say in the heat of battle, you lose focus. Something happens and you lose focus, and when you need your weapon the most, it fails. Say something's coming on to you, and something happens, you see something, and instead of focusing your mind on a shield or on a weapon to help deflect that weapon away, then the weapon becomes, something you don't need, and you get hit. So the ability to use this weapon is you got to do a lot of mental training, where you train your body to focus always on what you need to in the moment, which would take a hell of a lot of training. So that being said, Arthas, his favorite thing to use is a spear. He really likes the spear. I as a person, have always loved the spear as a weapon. It's very unused in fantasy lore and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just want to try my best to try to figure out how to make a spear that also incorporates things. Who 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right. Now, what I want is since wind is one of his main attributes, how does the spear work with that element? That's what I got to figure out. I don't want it to be enchanted with wind or something. No, I want it to, when you look at a spear and how he uses it, could help generate wind energy, something like that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I put it into the spear, I don't know yet. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to think of different designs that would look really interesting, but also not way too complicated that people wouldn't want to, see it. So, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Someone came in, but I don't know who it was. I can't see. Oh, but yeah. So, I think of how I want to design this thing. So I'm just hanging out. Just wanted to pop on here for a little bit before I go and watch Neurotic and Heels versus Babyface do some boxing and boarding with their comics. So how's everybody doing today? If you want to leave a comment, please do. If you don't, whatever. If any of you guys got ideas and want to help me figure something out, please do. I did like the way that my brother was telling me about that umbrella weapon from the anime looked. It was a spear, looked like a javelin, but the sides that were coming down, that looked like a javelin, turned out to be an umbrella, and then they could be pulled back, and then they became something else, which was interesting, but it's just not what I'm looking for. And this looks kind of weird. It looked cool in the anime, though. Don't get me wrong. So I'm trying to think what would make my spear stand out. What would make it be practical, more realistic in a way, but also feel awesome, or at least look awesome. So yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's creating stuff new is actually pretty cool. And I don't want to keep borrowing from other people's stuff. So, I don't want to steal the design from someone. I want to do this kind of on my, try to think of how I want it to look. I thought about doing where I've seen fans weapons. Like, if you ever seen monk style weapons where it's like a long pole and two fan blades at the end. I thought about doing something like that, but have it where the fan actually is together and then it comes apart into a spear. I wonder if that would be cool. I wonder if I could design that. Let's do this. Pull. Maybe it could be a two-headed spear, maybe like a, and pop out. That looks interesting. Get this right. I'm no artist. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing a rough little tiny shitty drawing of it, trying to see what it would look like. So come to a point like that. Anybody guess now? But yeah, just trying to figure out how I want this to look and how it would fit together. Maybe like that together. I had to talk to my artist about this and see what he thinks. Um, yeah, how are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I know Clown World has been gotten freaking crazy as hell. You see that article from Bounding in the Comics about how they're planning on going with a Marvel and Captain America and without Steve Rogers? Yeah, yeah, that's it. Morning, Mango. How you doing? Mongos, big things. Yeah, Mongo. Sorry, something like that maybe. And you could spin it around, and then if it opened, what I'm doing right now, if you just joined, is I'm planning on my main character. My book's weapon is a spear, and I am trying to design a look for it and how to make it seem very, you know, interesting. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to work stuff out, you know. And I wish I was an artist. I wish I had talent, but I don't. Oh, that's why I'm glad I hired Comic Gate artists to help me out. So yeah, what do you think, Mongols? Big thanks or thinks. What do you think about this whole Captain America not being Steve Rogers? They're going for it. It just I don't know. Mainstream comics have completely disappointed me in recent years. Characters have all become lesser than what they used to be, and just sad. Mm, second. Okay. Oh, yeah. And I already made a video about what I felt about the whole uh, Dynamite Comics, and that was insane. What happened yesterday was complete insanity, and it really sucks. I know Cecil will be fine. I really like his stuff, and I really like his videos. And him and EBS, I do follow, and I enjoy some of the things they do. But having your cover canceled because people come after you is ridiculous, and it's sad. That's why we had to create our own stuff. You know, that's why I became. I'm done. I'm starting this is so that. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a like. I'm not Gary level of comic, you know, collector or or as. But every once in a while, when I was growing up, I never collected them, but I would buy them every so often. And so what I would do is if I saw something I liked, I would buy it and I would read it. And I never kept. I don't know why I didn't keep them. It was so dumb of me as a kid. I never kept them, and it was so. I wish I did. But yeah, I know I like certain comics, and but I was more of a novel reader myself, and so that's why I decided to write my own novel. And if this does really well, if this novel is really loved by everyone, it doesn't have to be loved by everyone, but if it's well received and people really are wanting to dive into this universe I'm creating, I want to hire Comicsgate guys to help me make a comic book line that sets up this universe, but also follows the novels. And I think it'd be really cool. My imagination of the comic would be very Dark Horse style, like demons and angels, and be very very graphic and be very heavy metal theme kind of, what I more of a darker theme comic. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it looks really good. A lot of the comic. I wish I had the money to back so many of these gate guys, because a lot of them have really good comics coming. Oh, all my money is tied into making this book, my novel, like all of my money. And even though my wife isn't very happy with me about it, but sometimes you got to spend a little bit to make some. But that's part of life. But yeah, that's why I'm having my logos almost done, hopefully soon. When it's done, I'll be trying to set up a Teespring to help sell merchandise. And so if anybody's interested in that, please check it out when it's up and running. Because all the money I make on this channel is going straight back into the book and to help me pay for the artists and everything. So it'll help me out so much to get to pay for like all the character designs. I did 2 right now. It's $50 each for my artists to do character designs, which is not bad the way he did it. Because if you didn't see my little thing here is the main character of the book. If you haven't seen it, I've dropped the first 3 chapters on the book on Geeks and Gamers. I also showed a couple of the artwork there. So yeah, dude did fantastic work. It looks so good. It's so detailed, and it was better than I imagined. Hello, Dark Side Droids. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just working on trying to get this design done. What I'm thinking of. I said it earlier when I first got on, but I said like, well, how I want the thing to look is Arthas's main weapon. I'll say it again, is called Angel's Wing. It was created for Michael the Archangel, gifted to my main character, and it is in its main form. It's just a solid piece of metal, or looks like a piece of metal. But once the user uses it, it becomes whatever weapon he wills it to be. So if you go into a tight situation like a cave or something, you're not going to want a long weapon. You're going to want a shorter weapon. So you can become a sword. Or it can become a shield. It can become anything you need at the moment. But the only problem with it is a big downside is if you're not mentally capable of handling it, oh, thank you, Mongolo. Thank you all. Pretty much the weapon becomes what you need. But if you're not, if you don't have the willpower, the strong willpower to keep it to where it wants, it will fade quickly. So you have to keep. It's just interesting. It's kind of like a magical weapon. It's just it's an archangel weapon, pretty much. It has a strong ability to help fight against demons. So it's, but my main character, the main use he has for it is he likes to use spears. That's his main thing. So I'm trying to design what the spear would look like on the cover, because on the cover you're going to have the main character and a demon fighting. And I've already shown the art. If you guys ever seen the art, I showed the big character and the demon, the shadow demon, that will be on the cover. And I got to figure out how I want the spear to look. And in the book, all of the people born in this world are born under certain elements. Some will be 1, some 2. Arthas is born under 2 elements, wind and lightning. So what I'm trying to do is how to design a spear that would help wind, help him generate wind power. I don't know if you guys ever seen there's an anime out there my brother actually told me about. I think it's called King something, or Emperor of Game, something like that. And the guy is a spear user, but he has this javelin looking thing, and it turns out to be a big umbrella, and then it's umbrella made of blades, and it's really cool concept. But I just don't know about the whole umbrella thing. But yeah, so I'm thinking of if you ever seen monk weapons, some of them have like bladed stabs, and they have like almost looks like a fan on each side, but they're blades at the ends, and they whip them around. Think of something like that, but also can switch into a spear. I don't know. This is the fun stuff about how when you start creating your own thing is you got to figure, try to think of like ways you want things to work, and it's fun. But yeah, so I'm just here hanging out with all you guys, just trying to think of different ways. I watched a couple videos last night of actual spears, like different styles, different culture, how they created their spears, and so which is it's pretty interesting because I didn't know that spear the actual weapon is fantastic. A spear is a great weapon. Yeah, it's on Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, yeah. I dropped the first 3 chapters on my book, which I have a little bit of editing still to do on those, but for the most part, they're done. Um, and I dropped the art on there too. Yeah, the dude who did my art was fantastic. He's on Twitter. His Twitter. Let me pull up his Twitter real quick so you guys can check it out. Uh, 1 second. Copy his link. Yeah, his all right there. I just posted the link to his Twitter account. He's a Comicsgate artist, and he did a fantastic job. Fantastic. The art looks freaking cool. Uh, he did such a good. Yeah, yeah. The Spartans were fantastic. I always loved um, the Spartan Age. Yeah, short swords and yes, Spartan spear. The round shields were very interesting. How they were able to hook them into each other for the Felix. That was really cool. Yeah. Spartans are one of the coolest things. Actually, if you ever seen the movie 300, it's a fantastic movie. Um, and it was very well loved within the Marine Corps when I was in. We would have little tournaments called a Spartan Games, and someone had created a small Spartan sword, no bigger than like a small dagger, as a trophy, and whoever pretty much won, like it's like a fighting competition, like we all wrestle and or fight, and whoever finally ends up winning gets a short sword. I didn't end up winning. I got went against one of my senior Marines who was like twice my height and my build, and he threw me literally like 4 feet into a stack of rifles. That was fun. uh, oh, good times though. Oh, I miss it some days. I really do. Yeah. Uh, we used to call it the Marine. We call ourselves the modern day Spartans. That's what we the Marine Corps was always called. Rise of the Empire. 300 Rise. Is that the one where they have like the fat guy with the painted abs, or am I thinking of something else? Because I remember 300, the main movie, and then there was like the spoof of it. I just can't remember which Rise of the Empire was. I'll have to look it up. Make sure I got it. I'm thinking the one you're talking about. But yeah, yeah, I got HBO Max now because of AT&T, and so I am watching some of the older movies, which is it's so sad how all the new movies kind of suck. So I just finished Dune for the first time. I was going to drop it on a video, but it was a sequel to 300. Oh, I have to see it. I don't know if I watched that one. I'll have to look it up. 'Cause I remember 300. I remember there was a spoof of it, kind of, mocking spoof, but I don't remember a sequel to it. All right, I'll have to look at that. Rise of the Empire. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. Um, yeah, I just watched Dune for the first time though. I don't know why I never got to see it, but I just finished the book not long ago. I did a review on it, and I loved it. And preparation for the new movie coming out. So I just, huh, all right. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Yeah, I became a pretty huge Dune fan now. I'll have to say that the book was so hard to start into. The beginning of that book is difficult read. It is not easy. But when I finished that book, it was so worth it. And so I finally delved into watch the movie now. I just noticed it on HBO Max like a couple days ago. I didn't know it was on there. And I was like, hell yeah. So I finally watched it and I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it did a decent job for its time, reflecting the book. There were some things that were kind of like, you know, but I'm now really excited to see the new one. Um, I hope they do a good job with the new movie. I am afraid that they're gonna screw it up, but that's where we're living at now is everybody wants to throw there's crap into a movie or to a franchise. Yeah, I really enjoyed Dune. Um, Lord of the Rings, Dune. There's so many good stories out there I never even knew about until I delve into them. So yeah, I'm still reading into some of the other Lord of the Ring books, like the Children of Herne. I have that right here. I haven't delved too deep into it yet, but I'm gonna read that book first, and then probably go for a couple of the others. But yeah, other movies I'm going to definitely dive into. I'm still waiting for Cobra Kai to come on Netflix. They said they were coming on Netflix. They dropped the first three or the three Karate Kid movies, but I still haven't been able to watch Cobra Kai, and I know that was supposed to be a freaking awesome show. Everybody I talked to said that was one of the greatest shows they've ever seen. So yeah, I'm just like, where the heck is it? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, but yeah, here pretty soon, I think. Check out Dune sci-fi miniseries. It was way better adaptation of the movie. Dune miniseries. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, I thought the movie wasn't too bad though. Yeah, it had a couple parts. I was just like, wow. It was definitely made in its time. Some of I know the worms look they look cool, but they're also like, they didn't do much with the worms. You could tell that they were just sitting there and like roaring or waving back and forth. But like in the book, they like use the worms to attack, which was freaking cool. And then you had one of the big things was there that sound weapon they had in the movie. Was that in the book? I do not remember that in the book. I know they had the daggers and they had some other weapons, but I just don't remember this like sound weapon that was in the movie that like blew things apart. That just didn't. I just didn't understand. Maybe I just missed it or something. I don't know. It is okay. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it, or I just forgot. or it's just not what I thought it would be when I saw the movie. But yeah, and then the rain at the end was kind of dumb. I didn't like that part in the movie where they started having rain because I don't. That wasn't in the book. He became emperor in the book. He didn't become. Well, I don't think they really did it the same way in the movie. But yeah. Oh, but yeah, Dune is such a good book, and I really can't wait to see what they're gonna do with it. This new movie. The Lord of the Rings TV show is still going. I The last thing I've heard from that was they were hiring fugly looking people. My guess is for either the orcs or something else, but I think that was hilarious. Fugly looking people. I'd be like, dang it, I'd be perfect for that role. Yeah, yeah. That's what it's talking. Little things that strapped to their necks. I just, yeah, I didn't remember that in the book. It might have been in there. I just don't remember. Um, because the way the weirding, how I read it to be was more of a how to read your opponent's moves by his like how his muscles were working, and you can like counter him. That's what I always thought it was. It was like more of an observer, more of an observing fighting way. Uh, but I don't know. No, no, yeah, the sand thumpers were there. Yeah, I remember that. I was talking about the weird. They were blowing up rocks and stuff with like that sonic blast weapon, and I was just like, I don't remember that in the book. I know they had a very. They didn't even talk about in the movie too is how the shields were very bad to have because the worms would attack people with the shields. The shields would affect the worms, and so they weren't allowed to wear personal shields anymore. They just kind of just they had it at the beginning where the guy had a shield on, and then it was just gone. I was like, oh, they should at least put that in the movie. The acting, I didn't think was too bad for being an older movie. It The acting was pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here pretty soon though. I'm probably going to end the stream so that we can all get ready to watch Heels versus Babyface and Neurotic get their comic books on. Those guys are always fun to watch. Um, but yeah, other than that, you need to read the book. Yeah, yeah, it was a long book. It's a big book. I have a geez, just getting through the first like about the first quarter. I think was kind of difficult for me as a read. Um, it has a lot in it and a lot of words in it that just you have to remember really well. Hell back to Severon 13. Um, yeah, it's just it's about the point where the dude's dad died and they were left in the desert when the book really picked up for me, and I just couldn't put it down for anything. And I was really having a good time with it. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't started the second book yet. I'm gonna start that soon. I got the first two so far. I read the first one, and here pretty soon I'll start reading the second one as soon as I get a little bit of time. Yeah, I heard the other books are pretty good too. But yeah. Oh, so how are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Uh, Oh, okay. Yeah, Herbert's son gets in a mechanic conflict. It gets hard to follow. Yeah, I heard that it was a lot of problems with the kids, so I'll have to like read into it. Hey, no problem, man. You have fun at work, guy, and I'll see you around. I see you on a lot of other streams, so have fun. Don't work too hard. Yep, you too, man. Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream here pretty soon, anyways, because I know Gary is about to start his with Az, and I like to watch them board some comics, and then I just got to sit down and really figure out how I'm going to make this sphere look. Uh, Sorry about the background noise, kind of a little bit loud out there. But hey, thank you all for coming. I'm probably going to end it here, just so that we can all get ready for whatever's next. I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, be good to each other, and hail the Phantom Menace, hail Comics Gate, and all of you enjoy. Be just thanks for all coming. It was fun to hang out with you all. Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for being on.